Well, I think we'll have a secret ballot for chair. So speaking of chair, that is our first seat that we have up for auction, election, whatever you want to call it. Chris Holbrook is the only person who has pre-announced. Just to be clear, other nominations are allowed from the floor. So I'll ask Chris to come up and stand up here. And if anybody else is interested in running for chair, you are welcome to come forward at this time. And I'm not up here officially. Okay, so I will give the floor to Chris. He's allowed 5 minutes for a speech. He can do less than 5 minutes if he'd like, but I'll give it to you.
Thank you. I will try to keep it under 5 minutes. I won't go into a lot of my normal sales pitch. I printed off resumes for everyone at the tables. I'm assuming most of you are pretty familiar with me after my years in the party. I do realize some of the newer, younger people aren't, so that's why I printed these up with a little history. I do want to say I'm really happy and really excited about the team we have, and I just want to thank everyone, first of all, for being here. I want to thank Matt and Kay for all the work they did putting this convention together. I do want to thank people who aren't here, like Sean Atkelski. He was our vice chair over the last year. Our other executives, Mary O'Connor as treasurer and Cindy Hucks as secretary, have just done a great job. So I feel real honored to be able to work for all of you and for them. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do all these things. We had a great executive committee over the last year. Some of those people aren't here also. Caitlin, Mark's here, Chris is here, Bob, Michael, Lana, they're all here. We do have some new directors that have stepped up this year. Jill Galvin is now our political director. Kay Camrood is now our outreach director. Greta Jennison is our affiliates director over here. Mason McIlvain is a policy director. So we continue to grow our team, and I'm really excited about that, and that's part of what I want to continue to do in leading this party. We've had some great affiliate development. I think we have 5 out of the 8 affiliates now meeting on a regular basis. We had some great elected candidates for office last year and elected officials. So I want to thank Josh Welter for running, Mary O'Connor for running, Chris Dock here, the best state auditor candidate never elected. Jill ran for Minnesota House. Matt Swenson ran for Minnesota House. We had a couple of people who didn't get on due to petitioning, strangulation. PJ Agnes ran for mayor of Maple Grove. Emily Mellingen, we ran her back in February of 2018. I mean, it was a really busy year. And then some people got elected. Roger Paris, he's back on the city council down in I want to say Michael, but it's St. Peter. Sean Rutsinoya, he's elected as mayor of St. Bonnie. Olga Parsons got reelected. Vince Workman got elected for the first time. Nick Roll got elected. And a lot of that's due to Kara Schultz over here, so I want to do a round of applause right now for Kara. And then lastly, we had just great volunteers all year. You've seen, I put a few copies of this on people's tables. You've probably got these in the mail, our updated newsletters that we started again over the last year. We had people at May Day, at Grand Old Day, at Pride Fest, at the State Fair, at Rondo. We had shows at, we had booths at gun shows, Students for Liberty event, Council for Healthcare Reform. Bob Odden, he's in here somewhere. He's responsible for a lot of that. He's a legend. Thank you, Bob. So, again, I'll let you read through this. Again, I have no competition, so I'm just talking about myself, which is one of my favorite things to do. The last thing I'll note is we put one of these in everyone's bag. We'll talk about it later in the afternoon when we talk about what we're doing and what direction we're going. But this is a really great booklet. It's also online now for basically the organization and the structure and the divisions that we've built. We'll also talk later. Senator Jensen will be here to talk about the ballot access bill that we got going at the legislature this year, which didn't pan out. But with that, I humbly ask for your vote for another term as chair of this party. Thank you.
And now there will be a brief Q&A. Anybody have any questions for Chris before we do the vote? Very well answered, Chris. Thank you. So with no further ado, I'd like to take the vote. All in favor of Chris Holbrook for chair, please raise your hand and say aye. Aye. And opposed, Nay. It almost unanimously carries. Thank you, Chris, for willing to do this again. I know it's a lot of work, and you've done a great job. Looking forward to another spectacular year with you at the helm, so thank you.